fishies. Oh, come on. This is so stupid. Every time I put a fish in this stupid tank, it ends up dying. Why do I even bother? Get an aquarium, she says. They're really relaxing and the ladies will love it. Whatever. This thing is stupid.
Like sands through the hourglass, so are the tanks of our lives.
Hello.
Hey, what are you doing?
I'm waiting for Trevor to pick me up. We're going to the Motley Crue concert.
I can't believe you told me to get an aquarium because it would be so relaxing and so fun. I'm about to put this stupid thing on Craigslist.
Why? They're so pretty and the fish are so cute.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a lot of fun if you can keep them alive. Every time I go and get fish, I put them in here and within a couple of days, they die. You should just come get this thing. I'm done with it.
What? Well, when did you set the tank up?
I don't know. I got it on like Sunday and I picked up some super cool cichlids too.
Cichlids?
Yeah, blue and yellow cichlids. They are sweet. And I got one of those little suckerfish too because I ain't trying to clean this thing.
Hold the front door. Did you seriously put them in the same day you set up the tank?
Ladies love the cichlids.
Oh my God, Steve, you can't do that. Your tank needs a cycle first.
Yeah, that's what the guy at the store said too, but I didn't have to wait because I bought that special stuff that you can put it in the tank and you can put the fish in the same day.
Yeah, I know, Steve. I get it, but if you don't know what you're doing, you've got to let the tank cycle or you're going to kill all your fish.
Well, it sure would have been nice if you had told me before I started all this crap.
I did. I specifically said don't get fish the same day you set up your tank.
Oh, what? You were serious about that?
Oh my God.
So what am I supposed to do then? Should I clean it all out and start all over again? I need to get this thing looking nice because I've got some ladies coming over tonight.
What have I done? Almost every fish keeper goes through these growing pains in the very beginning. Don't let this be something that discourages you and makes you want to leave the hobby. Setting up an aquarium isn't as simple as just filling it up with water and throwing a bunch of fish in there. It requires a bit more patience and work to make sure everything is safe for the fish.
Here's the deal. An aquarium has bacteria in it that develops naturally. This bacteria is critical because it converts harmful ammonia and nitrites into nitrates. The way it works is like this. You feed your fish, they eat, and then poop. When the poop sits in the bottom of your tank, it starts to rot along with uneaten food. Don't overfeed your fish. When the poop and uneaten food sit there in the bottom of your tank, they rot. And when they rot, they release ammonia into the tank. Ammonia is lethal for your fish. Thankfully, your aquarium is going to naturally develop this bacteria, and that bacteria is going to convert your ammonia to nitrite and then convert the nitrite into nitrate. Nitrate isn't harmless, but it's nowhere near as lethal as ammonia and nitrites are as long as you keep it under control. The development of this bacteria is what we're talking about when we're talking about the cycle. Where does this bacteria come from? Well, there's two answers for that. One is that it develops naturally. The other is that it comes from a bottle, like Turbo Start from Fritz or Quick Start from API.
So you set up your new aquarium, there's none of this beneficial bacteria in the tank, and you throw your cichlids in there. You feed them, they poop, the poop rots and causes ammonia, and there's no bacteria in there to combat it. For your fish, this would feel like being in a room filling up with smoke. They'll be okay for a little while, but eventually they'll be overcome.
Cycling an aquarium is a pretty simple process, but it takes patience. Set up your tank and let it run, and make sure you use water conditioners. City water has been treated with chlorine or chloramine, and their sole purpose is to disinfect the water and rid it of bacteria. Kind of counterproductive if what you're trying to do is grow bacteria. If you want to add bacteria boosting products like we talked about earlier, you can. I've had success with Fritz Turbo Start and Quick Start from API. I promise this isn't a sponsored video, it's just we believe in both of those products.
This is where things get very interesting and could be confusing. Think of it like throwing down grass seed. If you don't provide it with good soil and water, nothing will happen. It'll just sit there. In order for the bacteria to grow, it needs an ammonia source to feed on, like uneaten fish food or waste. If there's nothing in the tank, it has nothing to feed on, the bacteria you put in from the bottle will just die off and no new bacteria will grow. To give the bacteria something to feed on and promote its growth, you need to give it a source. This can be as simple as throwing fish food in a tank and just letting it sit there and rot. Or you could go ahead and put a fish in there, let them eat, do some pooping, and there's your ammonia source. You have to understand that doing a fishing cycle is very risky and stressful for the fish. You should only do it this way if you're able to monitor things closely and react when the ammonia goes up, so it's easier on the fish.
So you've got your ammonia source in the tank. What do you do now? While the cycling process is taking place, you'll want to monitor things closely and test the water regularly to see where you're at. Since your tank has an ammonia source, you'll see your ammonia levels go way up. This is when people will panic and start tearing things apart. So what am I supposed to do then? Should I clean it all out and start all over again? I need to get this thing looking nice because I've got some ladies coming over tonight. Don't panic. If you're doing a fish-in cycle, do regular water changes to get rid of that water that has all that nasty ammonia in it and replace it with clean water. I can't stress this enough though. Don't disturb anything in your tank. Don't vacuum out your substrate, don't clean out your filter, don't even clean off your decorations. Just leave everything alone. Beneficial bacteria grows on surfaces of your tank, not the water. Removing some water and replacing it with clean water won't hurt anything, but if you clean off the surfaces, you'll be removing the bacteria that you're trying so hard to grow. Remove the water, replace it with good clean water that you've treated with a water conditioner, and that's it. Leave everything else alone.
Once you get through the ammonia stage, you're going to notice the nitrite begin to go up. Keep doing everything the same like you did with the ammonia stage. Keep doing your water-only water changes to keep the fish happy and keep an eye on things. Just stay the course. I promise it's going to be okay. The bacteria will eventually grow enough to convert the nitrite to nitrate. Once the ammonia and the nitrite are at zero and the nitrate is present, your tank is cycled. Yay, you did it!
Now that your tank is cycled, what does this mean? Well, it means your aquarium contains bacteria that will convert ammonia and nitrite, which are fish killers, into nitrate, which is much less harmful to your fish. This is a good thing, but you can't let the nitrate levels get too far out of control. How do we control nitrates? Well, that's a whole other video. We'll get there, don't worry.
Next week on Tanks of Our Lives.
Hey, you ready to go?
Yeah, hang on. I got a message from a chick on Farmers Only.
You don't live on a farm. Oh my God. What is wrong with your tank? Jeez, it looks horrible.
I don't know. I put a plecolatopus or whatever it's called in there. I guess I got a lazy one though. It's not doing any work.
But it's not up to the fish to do all the work. Duh. You have to clean the tank.
Anybody got time for that?
I'm serious. Get off your lazy ass. This is embarrassing. You need to clean this tank.
Hey folks, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Tanks of Our Lives. If you did, you should definitely click the subscribe button down below along with the notification bell so that you don't miss next week's episode.
We'll be uploading a new video of Tanks of Our Lives each week, along with a bunch of other videos, so you don't want to miss out.
Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next week.